Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Today I know what day it is. Yesterday I was confused. But anyway, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to this morning's episode of If You Woke Up, You're Winning. My name is Pinique Singleton from connectwithpinique.com. Thank you all for hanging out and joining me this morning. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started, all right? So I hope everybody's having an awesome and amazing Thursday so far. I know it's just getting started, but I hope it's going well for you. So today, let me back up. So this week, it's the first week really of the second half of the year. So, we've been talking about different things. Some of us had goals that we set at the beginning of the year, and we're trying to refocus and, make sure that the second half of the year is way better than the first half, right? Even if we had a really great first half. We've talked about, some people didn't have any goals, but they're like, listen, half the year is over. I got to get my life together, right? So we've been talking a lot this week about trying to figure out, what it is that you want to do or how you want to do it. Some people at the beginning of the year said, I want to start a business, but they weren't quite sure what their idea was or what they wanted to do. So this week, we talked about different things. We talked about kind of how to make a decision, right? We've talked about looking at the things that you're good at and trying to go from there to figure out what you want to do, right? And then after that, we talked about once you make that decision, you got to make sure that you're committed. You got to make sure that you're consistent. You have to make sure that you're persistent, right? And that you keep working on it. So all that is really good, but I want to give you another piece of advice. I want to give you something else that's going to help you on this journey when you really start working on this goal, right? And you may have already started this week, which I hope you have. Hope you started at the beginning of the year, and maybe we're just tweaking some things. But anyway, one thing I want to tell you, there's this really big thing that ends up stopping a lot of people, right? A lot of people. And so my advice to you today is don't listen to them. Now, who am I talking about? Like, before I did a Facebook Live one time, right, and I talked about not listening to other people, right? Because, you will have haters. You will have people that try to discourage you. You have people that don't want to see you succeed, right? They'll tell you, oh, that's a stupid idea. Oh, you joined one of those companies? Ooh, right? Why are you doing that? They'll say all these kinds of things. And, of course, they'll say, well, I just don't want you to be disappointed because I've seen this type of thing before. I know it's not going to work, right? So you are going to have those types of people in your life, right? And, of course, you don't want to listen to them. But believe it or not, that's not who I'm talking about today. I'm not talking about them, right? You don't want to listen to them. But I'm talking about today are the voices in your own head. You see, a lot of times we are in our own way. We talk ourselves out of doing things, right? We keep ourselves from being successful. So when I say don't listen to them, I'm talking about don't listen to the voices in your head that are trying to constantly talk you out of it. Because to be honest with you, those voices are more powerful than the outside voices. They're more powerful than the haters. Why? Because you're with yourself all the time. 24/7. You can't get away from yourself. So these thoughts can constantly just beat you up, right? The haters, you may run into them here and there, right? Every now and then when you're out, or maybe somebody might say something to you on social media, but you're with yourself all the time, right? All the time. So if we're having these thoughts in our head telling us that we're not worthy, that we're not going to be successful, that we can't do it, that's more powerful than somebody on the outside telling us, because we're hearing that all day. We're hearing that every day, right? Anytime we're thinking about our idea, we're sitting there telling ourselves, oh, don't do it. That's a bad idea. You'll have this really great idea. You're excited. And then before you even start, you're telling yourself, man, nobody's going to join me in business. Nobody's going to be interested in what I'm selling. Nobody's going to pay money for this book that I'm going to write, right? Nobody's going to follow me on YouTube and Facebook, and they're not going to join me in anything. They're not going to pay to hear me speak. They're not going to pay for a training that I do. Why? They're not going to listen to me. And we tell ourselves these things all the time. And so we often talk ourselves out of something before we even start. We just say it's a bad idea. Nobody's going to want this. I'm not going to do it. But why? Why do we do this? Where do these voices come from? A lot of times it comes from the environment in which we grew up in. We may have had somebody back in the day tell us, oh, you're never going to be anything. You're never going to amount to anything. You're never going to make it past a certain point. You're never going to make it out of a certain neighborhood. And when people tell us that, what happens? We start to believe it, right? We start to believe it. And we start getting that type of attitude. We start having those kind of thoughts whenever, especially if something starts going well, something they may have told you weren't going to do something, you're doing it now and it's going well, but then we sink back into those negative thoughts, right? Into that defeated attitude, right? Into that victim mentality. We can't do it. I can't do this. I'm not capable. I'm not worthy. And it's just not true, right? I mean, I know you may have had somebody tell you something back in the day, a teacher, a parent, you know, a friend, somebody that you thought was a friend, but you can't listen to those people and you can't listen to those voices because now they've conditioned you to think those things are true, right? I mean, but my thing is this. They told you you weren't even going to graduate from high school, but you did, right? They told you that you wasn't going to get accepted to college, but you did. You even graduated from college, right? They told you you weren't ever going to you weren't ever going to get out of that high school job you had working at McDonald's, but you did, right? So why are we still letting the voices in our heads talk us out of going even further? We already see that we're capable of going further. So we have to replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts. We have to tell ourselves, yes, I can do it. I will do it. I will be successful. People will partner with me in business. People will buy this product that I'm inventing. Because you never know until you try. And a lot of times we talk ourselves out of even trying. And it could have been something really great. Could have been something really great that the world is missing out on because we talked ourselves out of it. So today, and I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to be brief today. I just want to say, don't let the voices in your head keep you from being great. You know you have the ability to be great. You know that's a great idea that you came up with. You just got to do it. And it may not work the first time. It may not take off right away. You know, that book that I was recently reading by David Shands, he talked about when he first came up with the design for his t-shirts, he ordered all these shirts and he was talking to the guy that was printing the shirts. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to need more because these are going to sell out. Nobody bought a shirt. Nobody bought a shirt. But now he's successful. He's sold, he has like a whole clothing line, different shirts, different things that he sells. He's written a book. But at first, nobody bought a shirt. So what I'm telling you is, don't talk yourself out of it. Even though it may not work right away, how you want it to work, you go ahead and start it. And then it goes back to what I talked about yesterday, being consistent, being committed, being persistent, right? But the first step is starting. And you can't let yourself keep you from starting. So I'm going to leave you with this quote today. And I'm not really sure who this quote is by, but I love it because this quote says, there are plenty of difficult obstacles in your path. Don't allow yourself to be one of them. That's good. Because a lot of times there's nobody standing in our way except for us. Once we get out of our own way, there are unlimited possibilities, ladies and gentlemen. So that's my message for today. If you've been trying to work on something and you keep talking yourself out of it, talk yourself into it, right? Just like I was on Facebook yesterday, and Precious, my friend Precious, had put I don't know exactly what the quote was, but it said something like, if there's something that you're scared to do, then that's the thing that you need to do, right? And that may not be exact, Precious, if you watch it. My bad if I got it wrong. But that tells you guys something. When it's something that you're scared to do, you're trying to talk yourself out of it, that's the thing you need to be doing. You don't need to be doing the thing that's easy. You don't need to be doing the thing that's comfortable. You don't need to be doing the thing that you're used to, because let's face it, you've been doing that all your life, and how's that working out? Probably not that well, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, my whole message for today is don't talk yourself out of it. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own head. When you have those negative thoughts, just replace them with positive thoughts. Encourage yourself. If we encourage ourselves as much as we discourage ourselves, we would be really, really winning right now. Okay? I mean, you're winning because, if you woke up, you're winning, but you'd be winning even more, right? All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Let you guys start your Thursday. I hope everybody has an awesome and amazing day. Good morning, and thank you all for joining me. Good morning, Precious. Good morning, Samuel. Good morning, Paquita, Leroy, Pearl, Deshay. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Bethany, thank you for hanging out this morning. Anybody catching the replay, I appreciate you. I love when you guys hang out with me in the mornings. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share so other people can benefit from this information. And I'm going to get out of here. But before I go, you already know what I'm going to say, right? Get off of Facebook and get out there and be great on purpose today, because I know you can do it. I believe in you. You just have to believe in yourself and make the choice to be great. So everybody, get out of your own way today and choose greatness on this Thursday. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning, 6:45 Eastern time. As always, y'all have a great day.